Hey everybody, this is Craig from 9 Volt Games, and today we're going to talk about Silent Hill. Obviously, I wouldn't have done a video if they didn't announce the Silent Hill 2 remake. So that's really what you're here for. I'll talk about the other games first. Actually, if you're watching this video, since it doesn't get a lot of reach and I'm definitely getting pushed down, we've probably already been talking about it through my Facebook and my Instagram. But a lot of you guys are excited for the new stuff. I personally am going to tell you be cautious, right? Because we really only got 4 good Silent Hill games, and then we got pretty much 15 years of bad games and movies. By the way, I mean the first movie was good, but that was part of the announcements too. Is that I think his name is Christopher Gans. He's German. He made the first Silent Hill movie, and in that thing, he was pretty much like, "Hey, let's ignore the last 15 years." And then Silent Hill Returns, they said they're making a new movie. So that was cool. That was part of it. And then the other thing was Silent Hill Ascension. And it's being, don't even think about it. All right. I thought this fat cloud was coming over here. So yeah, Silent Hill Ascension is being made by Bad Robot, and I don't remember the other one off the top of my head. So I don't want to just blurt out a name. But anyways, it's kind of like an interactive series that they're going to have going on, and they're going to get out of here. They're going to have an interactive stream that we all get to, as groups, like, I guess, pick what happens. I'm not really for that. Listen, I'm going to talk shit about everything on here, but I'm going to buy everything on here. My last name is Hill. I'm pretty much obligated to. But still, that shit's going to be lame. They didn't learn the lesson. I'm sorry. Silent Hill is like a personal game. I think that's the way I've explained Fallout and Elder Scrolls ones as well. Like, those 3 for me are games that you play by yourself, and playing with another person, like co-op through it, I don't know. I feel like it could take away. Maybe like 2-player co-op would be fun, because then you and a friend could play it and you could get scared. But participating with like 100 people on the outcome of a Silent Hill kind of sounds fucking stupid. Anyways, so there's that. I don't remember. Did I talk about? I didn't talk about Townfall yet. So Silent Hill Townfall is being published, not just developed, by Annapurna, and the team that is actually developing it. They're the ones that made Observer, I believe. But Annapurna, anyway, their quality is amazing. They never let garbage out. I don't think there's anything they put out that I've disliked. I know that they're behind some of the FMV games, which I'm not excited about, and that actually sounds like what Ascension's going to be. But I don't know. I guess I should be optimistic about it, because they haven't done anything really well for like 15 years, like I said. And they canceled PT, and they just destroyed all of us, and that was about 10 years ago. So, like, at least they're trying, but it kind of feels like they're just throwing a bunch of shit at the wall and seeing which one will stick. Because they're not even doing it in-house. I think they're trying to capture that magic of the original Silent Hill was created by Team Silent. They were an indie studio. Like, this is what they set out to make. And they're trying to get another studio to do what they did, and it keeps failing. So hopefully somebody comes up with a really good original idea, which I guess is the one that leads into the newest game, which is Silent Hill F. I was a little bummed when I watched the trailer, because it looked like a Japanese version of Alessa. So I was like, oh, they're going to retell the story again, but just change the location. It's hard to enjoy something like that when you already know how it ends, so all you're going to do is pick it apart the whole time. So any slight changes is going to throw people off, especially if they're really nostalgic about something. So when I was watching the trailer, and I was like, oh, she looks like Alessa, and she was running through, and then her other world looked like it was spreading from an infection. So I guess I told everyone 2 years ago, when I actually made my last like legitimate video, I told all of you that Team Bloober was remaking 2, and that they were rebooting the series. So I told everyone there was 2 games coming. I was wrong. There's a fuck ton more than 2. But I was right about the two games, and I was right about who was making it. So this one, I don't know. I'm gonna be optimistic about it. Like I said, I'm gonna buy all of it. It's just it can't be worse than Downfall. I mean Downpour. Oh, Downfall is a game coming out. Yeah, Silent Hill Downpour. That shit was disappointing. Or it can't be worse than Book of Memories, which is fucking consensus around the board. It's terrible. So let's talk about what you actually came to this video for. Is what did I think of that Silent Hill 2 remake trailer? I should have meant here. That was awesome. It was fucking awesome. Like I just beat Last of Us Part 1, the PS5 version, and that shit was breathtaking, right? So, and that was only a 2 generation jump. So we're talking early generation PS2 because it came out in 2001 to right now. And the locations were the exact same. It's everything I remember. I mean, obviously, I play this game once a year. I'm going to be streaming it again, which I'll talk about at the end of the video. And the more I watched it, because I watched this video like 25 times, and mainly to see what looked familiar and what part definitely wasn't the actual game footage. But a good chunk of that was definitely it's pre-alpha. The game's really early in development, which means it looks amazing right now. And the only way it can go with its graphics is up for anything that wasn't pre-rendered, which there was pre-rendered stuff in that trailer. So they definitely snuck in some good graphics that aren't going to look like that on the console, but I'm pretty sure we all expect that from trailers now. So I had a lot of people ask me why I didn't put a video up last night. Any of the people that put videos up while that show was going on, it's not genuine. They just want your view because that's what's going to be popular at the time. I feel like something that you were excited about and you played a lot and enjoyed, like a game or whatever, or even movies, since they remake everything in movies. You kind of get like a little apprehension about it, and I don't know. And then I saw the trailer, and I was like, oh my god, this shit is amazing. It's fucking amazing. Are you kidding me? Every scene that they showed in there is a scene from the original one, right? And then they just added more. So I looked at, there's one particular part. It's when James is walking down and Maria's at, it's supposed to be the lake over a railing. It's a gazebo now. But like the way the light flickers, you can see there's railings off to the side. This gazebo is its own like special spot in that same area where they met the first time in the first game. And I can see that just from like a 3-second still. They put so much care into it, and then like the first time I saw it, I was like, that's different, and that's something small that's different. So like, what liberties do you take? And then the more I watched it and thought about it, I was like, no, they didn't change anything. They just filled it out. So like I said, I just played Last of Us, and the big improvement wasn't necessarily the graphics. I mean, it helped, but the big improvement was they had more things going on. The backgrounds were filled more. So take that little jump that people thought wasn't even necessary, and then take that big jump, like I was saying earlier, and then fill in 2 generations worth of technological advances. And that's what it would look like. So just from that aspect alone, that's pretty much, I just talked a really long way to say it's got good graphics. But there's things that they kept in it too. And one thing that I appreciated in this that got me really excited, aside from the music and all that stuff and the names that popped up at the end, was he walked through a doorway and there was 2 bubble-headed nurses. And they didn't belong there, by the way, because he was in that was very clearly the apartment building, the Blue Creek Apartments. But he like stumbled through the doorway and he hit the nurse twice, and it was like really stifled, and like it was like a pussy trying to hit somebody. You know what I mean? But I like that they did that instead of making him like changing that part, because I know a lot of people complain that Silent Hill 2's combat was clunky, and it was supposed to be, because you weren't supposed to fight because this dude wasn't a fighter. So I'm glad that they kept it that way, kept it realistic, because like I'm not I'm not tough. If I was stuck in that situation, I would fight my way out, but I'm not really strong. I don't know. It would look like that. You know what I mean? I feel like games that do it too fluid, where the characters are too rugged and I don't know. It's not believable. The only one that had weapon proficiency was Alex in Homecoming, but that's because the former soldier stuff. Everybody else is just a regular ass dude. I don't know. So I'm hoping that, and that was one of the parts that was pre-rendered, by the way. So it wasn't even part of the gameplay, as far as I know. But yeah, you get to the end, and then they basically reinforce like, hey, this is being made by another person. You already know that, so that's a lot of anxiety. That's a lot of like your nostalgia up in the air. Like, what am I gonna do? Don't fuck this up. You better not fuck this up. But before they even show who's making the game, they let you know that Akira is doing the music. So he's going to redo his music. He's also a producer. And Ito is in charge of the character or the creature design because he designed the whole fucking thing. That right there makes it so you get a little bit of a quality assurance when it goes into the next screen and it tells you that team or Bloober team is making it, because Ito and Akira have been in that series since the beginning. They are not going to let their like child that made them all this money and fame and so many people are fans of. They're not going to let somebody ruin it. So, my thought is that this game is going to be fucking amazing. I'm going to stream it immediately when it comes out. And if anything is not good about it, I'm going to blame Konami for meddling, because that's what they do, right? I do think the other games are up in the air about what they're going to be. Some of them I think are just going to be horror games that we shouldn't have attached the name Silent Hill to, but Konami is known for doing that with Silent Hill The Room. It should have just been The Room, but they had to connect Silent Hill by using a newspaper clipping and making it a whole thing. And then having James's dad be the super of the apartment complex that wasn't even in Silent Hill. It was in South Ashford. What the fuck is... whatever. I hope they don't have any of those coming in this batch. The CEO, executive, whatever fucking corporate people that were up there talking didn't seem like they had any confidence in any of the products coming out, by the way. Everything was hope and, I don't know. At least it's not a fucking pachinko machine. We're getting at least one guaranteed good game out of it. I'm just happy that somebody's paying attention, and I'm happy that Silent Hill got a boost in popularity again, because, like I said, we all have fond memories of it, but the shit side of Silent Hill has been outweighing the good side of it for quite some time. So take this as a win. At least they're not stuck in a pachinko hell. Thank you guys for watching. I am going to be streaming Silent Hill 2 tomorrow night. Babe, what time should I say?
8.
8 o'clock? I feel like it should be at 9 because...
Okay, 9. Okay, perfect.
Alright, so we're going to stream at 9. At 9. And, what is that? 2 could play that game? I'm going to put the link to it below. I'm not going to stream it on here, because when I stream Silent Hill on YouTube, it gets pulled down. Or they cut it up into pieces and then they take random pieces out. And fuck that. I don't want to deal with that. So, 2 could play that game is the Twitch channel that we are going to be at. I will put the link below. Thank you guys for watching. Don't expect a shit ton of videos to come, because... no, I know. This is only going to get 100 views, and I'm happy that I get them, and I'm glad you guys wanted me to do a video. That makes me feel good. So thank you very much.